shine those trying to hit our stars now. All we have to do is figure out how strong we are and what it takes to stay alive. Sink and learn what we can do to take them down. This revenge is a vibe for now. You know it's hard and you can feel my heart, so help me to stay focused so I don't fall apart. I wanna be complete, it's not in me to retreat. I could lose on my own, so I really need you with me.
I gotta find out what you like that. I hear the voice of you in my mind. I gotta find out what you like that. I hear the voice of you in my mind. So
my blood is pumping.
What is up, everybody? The demo has officially begun. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I like to get it rocking while you guys are waiting for it to start, so we'll just kind of adjust as we go along. First off, thank you everyone for coming. Hell yeah. It's really cool. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Today's demo will be more on the kind of coloring side of it. Specifically, let me move this over for you guys. Try to keep it on this side. But yeah, first, hello. Thank you everyone for coming. What we're going to be doing today is, as you can see, we got two characters here. One is like done. The other one is all just this blue color. How did that happen? I just got them in a silhouette layer right now. And what we're going to be doing is basically creating this guy to kind of have a similar look as this chick. Basically kind of, if you're working in concept art, a lot of times it's like you're not actually doing like one character that's just completely unique and it's like they don't have anything to do with anything else. It's kind of a lot of times you're kind of working with a world or like a universe. A lot of times you're creating that universe, and that kind of comes from having things that are, in the same vein, but have their own unique differences. So hopefully in the end we'll have this guy looking like her, but a little different. Yeah, he's got slightly different specifics. Kind of I've got a little breakdown of from the client, on saying like what kind of specifics they want to see in him, what is going to differentiate him from the female, and we're going to see and kind of go with want to stick to that as much as we can. Generally, when you're doing concept art and stuff, there is some experimentation involved. Definitely experiment, do that stuff. But if you are gonna kind of go in away from the original, the original description based on your client, you better have a good reason for it. So keep that in mind. Don't just be like, "Woo, I don't know, I thought it was cool. Like, I don't know. You should have it this way." That's like the quickest way to kind of be the person that no one wants to work with, when it's like they ask you for something and then you deliver them something else. So you don't want that. Hey, cool. Thanks for the follow. Sweet, rock and roll. Excellent. All right, cool. So so that's kind of where we're going. What we're going to be doing today. So first, we need to kind of start giving this guy, start separating out some of these parts of him. I want to have the lovely Jessica next door modding for me.
Yeah. Hello.
Awesome. Yeah, she'll chime in every now and then. So cool. Excellent. And before we get started, just to remind everyone, if you do have specific questions for me, I really appreciate it. But if you could do that little @dinmoney thing, just so it's a little easier for me to notice, because sometimes the chat can get super crazy party time in there, which is good. So cool. Sweet. Excellent. So what we're gonna start doing right now is we need to start separating this guy out a little bit. Generally, let's say, what are you guys gonna do? It's like, all right, the first train of thought would be like, all right, I'm just gonna start selecting an arm pad and then changing the color on that. Like, okay, cool. All right, now I'll move on to the next one. No, that's not the right thing to do. Again, there's no right or wrong thing to do. Whatever works for you. But today we're talking about my process. This is my show, goddammit. Let me do it how I want. But I'm gonna show you the way I do it. Hopefully, pick up what works for you, what doesn't. Just forget I never mentioned it. And if you know something, let me know. Yeah, cool. So what I am gonna do is, generally, if you're kind of starting the character thing, it's the coloring. It's like, all right, well, what should I start coloring first? Generally, the skin is always going to be different than whatever they're wearing on top of that. So for me, that's always kind of a good place to start, because I care about you guys. I already did that in advance, and let me just show you a different color. I'll change that to a different color right now so you can kind of get the gist of it. Cool. So there it is. I already separated that out. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, cool, I'll separate the skin. Sweet. No, we're actually gonna go a little out of the box with this right now. And that's what's really cool about Photoshop. It's such a huge, strong tool that there's like a billion ways to do stuff, and it's designed for photo editing, not like painting and that kind of stuff, but it's so awesome that you can use these techniques or just for editing photos to actually paint and create really awesome stuff. Cool. This is what we're gonna do right now. So I have the skin. We're not gonna use that skin layer. What? Why wouldn't we use a skin layer? Well, just let me finish. I'll show you. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna select that skin layer, and basically since I already had that selected, it was really easy. I just hold Command and clicked that. But you know, if I just was coloring or selecting it manually, you know, I would go from there. And I selected these different sections based on by holding Shift and using the lasso tool. If you have any questions on the lasso tool, there's a nice little demo on the AGL Studio Art YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's do it. Alright, so I selected that. What I'm going to do now is think out of the box, and I mean thinking in inverse. What? Invert? Boom. And then I basically invert that section. And what's cool is like the duplicate layer, Command J. If you can, like, if you have something selected and you duplicate it, it'll automatically just cut out whatever you selected and create another layer. So now we have a new layer. What? Awesome. So now this little base silhouette layer has turned into our skin layer. And now we have all this armor and all this stuff that is, you know, on top of the skin is now its own separate layer. Whew, super nice. So by kind of thinking a little strangely and knowing hotkeys, you know, knowing that you can invert selection, sometimes it's faster to just select this, all these little areas, flip that inverse, and then it automatically selects everything else. So thinking that kind of stuff can really speed up your process. It's really, really cool stuff. Awesome. What is that chick doing over here? It's supposed to be boys' night out. That's a good question too. We have that chick there because, you know, they're in the same race and we kind of want to use her as reference. Not only that, I actually have all of her layers and stuff right here. Because these are in the same race, I kind of want to make sure like some of the effects are going to be consistent. So I've got everything I could ever need right here. Even more so than that, I had a base color of her, but it got deleted. That's alright though. We can figure that out later. I'll do that really quick. So what I'm going to do is by holding select the layer, yeah, no big deal, right? Everybody's seen that before. But if I hold Command, I can select different layers that aren't necessarily like in the, you know, you can hold Shift and it'll just click everything right there. Holding Command, you can kind of like individually select stuff. And that's a really cool thing. It's not necessarily like a Photoshop specific thing. It's kind of a it's, you know, you try it in other places. It works like almost everywhere. It's really, really, really cool. So let's move these up. I'm just going to slide it up one and they're all going to be in the same order. Let's go ahead and get rid of these layer effects by just hitting the eyeball on them. When I merge it all, they'll all disappear anyways. If I kept those eyeballs on there, it would kind of merge and then everything would take on the bottom effect. So it's just something to know about. It's not really going to apply to what we're doing right now, but it's fun to talk about stuff. Cool, so now I've got a nice base color layer of her. Again, a lot of people call these flat colors, but that's alright. I just call them base colors. Neither here nor there. Now I've got that in case I ever need to select a specific color, because I'll probably, even though the male and the female have different skin color, or they're going to, some of the things I want to be consistent, like this little like loincloth thing, just to help kind of unify both of them. So that's something to think about, and it is nice just having all that material right there, just at your beck and call kind of thing. So it's alright, cool. Now I think this guy is supposed to have like more of a greenish tint to his skin, so let's go ahead and shift it. I just hit Command U, and then I'm sliding the hue over a little bit.
Then why didn't you just select like a green color and make your own green color, you lazy schmuck?
No, well, don't call me a lazy schmuck, alright? First off, and then secondly, I want to keep, you know, again, I want to keep these in the same vein, keep these together, so, you know, technically their skin, like, shading is going to be the same, you know, but it's just slightly different hue, you know. So, and that's super easy, super nice. I'm going to go ahead and just hit Command J, put it back in the clipping mask. What the heck's a clipping mask? It's a good question, too. Basically, everything is going to be locked into this silhouette layer. If you're just doing a quick concept art, you know, and like, you're not trying to go super paint, like super, you know, super painty, clipping masks are really nice, and you can't even get super painty with it. It's just really a great system, and it kind of just alleviates a lot of the cleaning aspect, because it's like, you know, instead of like drawing around here, it's like it'll automatically, everything will stay within that one silhouette, like everything I've got locked in there. So it's kind of like a permanent selection kind of thing, is a good way to think about it. And what else is really cool about it, what makes it kind of even cooler than selections, is I can actually move this stuff around. As you can see, like every little, the completion, like the full like entirety of that stroke is there, versus if I just had like a selection of this and then I was doing it, you'd see that they all get cut off right at the edge of the selection. So it's kind of like a selection, but think of it as like a little window layer, like a layer window kind of thing, I guess is a good way to put it. Technically they're called masks. They call it masks in here. I guess maybe that's from old masking tape. I don't know. Maybe someone can fill in the blanks on that. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, I see the chat's getting riled up. That's good. Thank you guys all for coming again. If you're just tuning in, I'm your humble host, Din Money, and longtime friend. So here we are. Sweet. Let's start separating out some of this armor stuff. Cool. So this is not the most exciting part of the process, but somebody's got to do it. I'm going to put this little under layer inside the clipping mask. When I did that,
I didn't even see anything happen. You're just making shit up.
No, well, look very, very closely. I'll show you. Let's do that again. You can see I kind of left a little bit of this under layer from the original sketch. I still can't see it, then. Well, let me line it up so you can see it for sure. Alright, so there it is. Now you can see it like in full opacity maximum. So you can see that's the part of the super, super rough that was in the beginning. Why would you keep that? Well, that's a good question. And I'm keeping it because it kind of just... it just kind of turned into detail later, almost turned into like shading, that kind of stuff. It just kind of has, when you're working with traditional art, there's always kind of those like scuffs on the paper and like all those little things that kind of create all these nice little happy accidents or whatever. It just kind of has a little more playfulness, if you will. That in digital that can kind of get that kind of same like kind of effect. So it is kind of nice to have those there. I'm not saying you have to do it. I mean, if you want to go a little more clean, we could get rid of them. So if it works, cool. If it doesn't, hey, that's cool. Whatever works for you. So, but I am putting them inside the clipping mask. And if you look really closely here, you'll see that, yeah, now it's in, super clean. I like that a little better. We could throw the original lines in the clipping mask too if we want. Oh yeah, nice and sharp. Awesome. And sometimes what I'll do with that, let me just go ahead and make this silhouette layer. I know it's kind of weird. You don't really see it anyways, but I always put it to black just because in case I ever need to add to it, I don't want to have to try and like find whatever color, because later on there's gonna be all these like shadows and stuff like kind of intermingling with the colors that it'll be difficult to kind of get that exact same color and have it line up. Versus if I just have it as black and I want to like add something, it's like boosh over there. That wasn't black. All right, cool. There, and then. And also kind of, if I did that, you probably wouldn't even notice it, No one's going to be like, hey, wait a minute, there's a little black on his elbow. Alright, delete this image. No one's going to notice that. And if they did, it's like, hey, no worries, I could even just keep that. And I'll just use the blur and kind of just smudge this over. Boom, bada bing, everyone's happy. We're all back to being friends, so cool. So that's a little why I like to do the, the little black silhouette layer. Now I got to just Control Z, we got to back it up. Boop, boop, boop. I'll keep going back.
Din, how are you able to continue hitting Control Z like that?
Oh gosh, I went back a little too far. Alright, cool. Just a little quick thing. Control Z, everybody knows about that. If you hold Control Alt Z, it'll kind of just keep going back. So it's kind of nice to not have, like, just have regular Control Z and then Alt is another hotkey on your little keypad that I'm using. Just so, because it is nice to be able to just toggle back and forth Control Z. When you're trying to show your your teammates something, it's like, alright, do you like this or no, like on or off? So you can kind of like click, 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 click. Do you like that thing in the silhouette or out? It's like yeah, it's just really useful, really nice. Highly recommend it. Excellent. All right, so yeah, let's start base coloring these things. I don't know why I went to the line layer because I wanted to delete that line right there. Cool, sweet. Little stuff like that. I know it's a little line. One little line can actually ruin your whole image. Alright? Now, I'm not talking about just the image you're painting. I'm talking about your whole, like, online image, your artist image. People are going to be like, what? That's that guy that doesn't even care about his lines. He lets them go wherever they want. No, we don't want to be that person. We care about our drawings here. I want you guys to care about them too. So cool. So let's start kind of taking away these feathers and that kind of stuff. And when you're doing these base colors, if you can, like, think about the order in which you're doing them. That'll definitely help speed up the process. like I know once I do these little feather layers, watch, I'll try to keep my pen moving while my mouse moving. Alright, cool, here we go. So we're going to select these, and you'll see I'm kind of just going out of the boundaries on there. Sorry if it's scooched over a little too much. You guys don't get to see the lovely woman. Excellent.
Then you messed that up. You totally went over the green zone.
And I'll bet someone else is in there going, ha, I know where he's going with that. I remember that from a previous one. Oh, well, either way you took that, that's good, because I'll say it again. Using the clipping mask system, another good benefit of it is you kind of don't have to worry about the exterior lines. Like once you make that one selection, like that one line, you can use that to just make more, and it's just cool to do. Alright, so sweet. I'm going to continue with that. And you'll kind of just watch for it as I'm going through this really quick. And again, if I am moving too quick for anyone, I'm not trying to, you know, leave you out or anything like that. It's just, you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick in concept art. You can't just be lollygagging and being like, because a lot of this stuff is like, you know, you do it, but you have to be ready to change it anytime. Like, you can't be like, it's like, no, he has to look like that. Like, I will not change this, you know, like, the art director, your, like, client isn't, like, gonna, like, care if you spend, like, you know, 4 days coloring some feathers. It's like, yeah, that's great, but they're not supposed to be that color, and you can't be like, oh, well, that's like my grandma's favorite color, okay? So if you're dissing my grandma, then we have, you know, it's like, don't be that person, you know, just do stuff. Don't get too attached to anything. Remember, the project comes first. So when you're doing these techniques that I'm showing you, not only hopefully they'll help you speed up your process, but they'll also, you know, help you speed up, like, or not speed up your creative process, but also speed up the process as a whole. Whew, that was like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is there's a couple things I could do. I am debating right now whether I want to just change the color of these just straight up. Say, oh, okay, cool. Or do I want to duplicate it and then make it its whole own layer? I think I'm going with the latter. Increasing your number of layers will increase the file size, yada yada yada. Some people don't like that. I'm never really worried about that. Maybe sometimes I am, but not really. For this stuff, it's, you know, it's nice. And a good reason why separating it is kind of nice is because I can easily just click on it like that. It's basically one click versus a right click and another click. So if I didn't do that, again, it still looks the same down there. If I click that, I'd have to right click, similar. Whoa, all these clicking. Sorry, I moved a little fast on that one. I'd have to break out the magic wand, Harry Potter that one, cast a similar Patronus spell, and then it'll select them all. Versus, I just hold command and just click on that layer, the little image preview box of it. When you click on that box, holding command, it'll automatically select it all. It's kind of the, you know, it's a little faster. So try that out. There's nothing wrong with having different stuff in different layers. What I think I want to do though is, let's go grab her silhouette layer, her base color layers, and I'm going to use actually the same color. So let's go ahead and fill that. Sweet.
But then, didn't you say they were going to be slightly different colors?
I did. Thank you. I'm glad you're paying attention. Thank you. We're not done yet though. Let's keep them the same, and then we can kind of edit them a little bit, because I don't want to go in trying to make him so weird, or like not so weird, but like so different that it's kind of like almost a little too different at the end. Like we missed a spot right here. You guys let me miss that spot. What am I paying you guys for? And if you were looking really closely, you might have noticed that this went a little over there. That's alright. So in the clipping mask, we don't need to be that precise with that stuff. As long as it's locked in, we're good. Oh man. Cool. I saw a comment, a question. Alright, you said you hold command. That's for max, right? Command on max, control. Control will do the same thing. That's an excellent question. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll start trying to be PC friendly with all that stuff. Sorry, I think I have something in my eye. Cool. Yeah, so command, control, those are kind of interchangeable with Macs versus PC. What's weird is that Macs have control as well, so it's like, yeah, it should be control. It's definitely control for a Mac. But thank you for answering that in the chat, Matt. Thanks for getting my back, Matt. You're my boy. Sweet. All right, so I just want to really quickly. I noticed a couple teensy weensy little spots. Oh, sweet. Hey, thank you for the follow. Yeah, again, if anybody is tuning in and you wouldn't mind giving me a follow, it would be greatly appreciated. Excellent. So, just something to watch out for a little bit. This is a super minor thing, but you know, in my opinion, a lot of the little things kind of add up to a big thing. So, like, if you solve all the little problems, you know, the big ones kind of take care of themselves. You know, my father always said that. So I noticed a couple little problems here. I'm gonna just fix them now, get it out of the way, just because fixing it now, it will. Cool, another follow. Oh, you guys are too cool. Thank you, Mixed Candy. Basically, sorry, all these follows get me too excited. I forget what I was talking about, but yeah. Fixing the little problems now in this beginning phase will kind of just help speed up everything down the line. You know, you don't want to have it all super rendered, all these tons of layers, and it's like, oh crap, where's that one? Like right now, it's like, you know, everything's right here, so it's super easy to go through and, you know, get everything nice the way we want it. So next thing I want to separate out, looking at this loincloth right here. Maybe we could do the loincloth and the scarf all in one layer. Nah, I don't know. A good, you know, friend of mine and like really good artist, Wen M. I don't know if anybody out there follows him on DeviantArt. You should. He actually just started a Patreon too. He's super cool. I remember one time he kind of posted like a process thing, and he like kind of really separates everything out. It's pretty interesting, and it's you know, I kind of try to do that a little bit too. It just helps with the selections, and you know, I know segregation is wrong, but when it's painting in your layers, maybe it's not such a bad idea. Cool. Sweet. Alright, let's minus that out, That's the only time I'll really get Harry Potter on there. Sweet. So I noticed a little problem there when I went to color that. Oh, I got another follow. Oh, thank you for the other follow too. Oh wow. Hey, Zombie Possum. Thank you very much. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Shit. Alright, cool. Let's go back into this, and what I noticed was I kind of filled this layer, the little feathery layer, but I didn't fill it in the original base layer, so it's like, uh-oh. So when I tried to minus that out, yeah, you see, it kind of gets rid of everything. I gotta hop in this layer and minus that out. So yeah, that's a problem, but hey, it's a good excuse to let you guys know that you can select between layers when you're using the magic wand, and that's like super powerful. Remember that. It's like you can really kind of, you know, if you like, again, thinking out of the box here, thinking about your tools, how to use them, that's a really good thing to know. So let's go ahead. We got that selection. Instead of filling in a new layer, I'll just hit Command J. You know, I love Command J, Mr. J. So you'll be seeing me do that a lot. It's just a quick way to just make a new layer, and it automatically makes it with whatever I had selected, which is what I want in the next layer. So that's really good. Yeah, oh, is that 200 is coming up? Yep. 200 and the clothes come off. You ready, boys? Oh gosh, that's funny. You guys crack me up. Alright, so just really quick though, another cool thing we can do, because you know, I noticed that this little spot right here is causing a problem, and we don't want to leave any of those little problems, you know. Like another good line for that. Hold on. I'll stop getting all preachy on you guys. I'm sorry. I get a little too philosophical sometimes. So what I'm going to do really quick, just to solve this problem, instead of going in and reselecting that, I'm just going to hold Alt. Same for both platforms. Alt or Option on Mac. Just duplicate that layer, and then I'm just going to merge it down by holding Command E. There you go. Cool. So now, see, I unclick that layer, and it looks exactly the same. You would never know. So sweet, solve that problem. Now the base color layer that I'll be using a lot is gonna be intact and nice. Excellent, cool. And we can do the same thing with that loincloth if we want, just because it is kind of nice to have a base layer that does have all the selections and separated. And going on to the whole how you can use selections from different layers. You can even use it from invisible layers. So like, if this is like a huge, like kind of like doing a card art and illustration stuff, you can kind of get a lot of layers going. If it was like super painted, I could even bring that to another layer way up here, and then I could even just magic wand and select from there, even though it's an invisible layer. So it's like super cool, and it's kind of just a nice little like, almost like selection layer. So it's like, when this is all super filled up, it's like I don't want to be scrolling up and down looking for the base color layer. Oh, I gotta scroll down here, click that. Oh, no, I gotta scroll up just so I can keep everything clean while I'm painting. Just have a layer up there. It's super cool. Nice. Excellent. Sweet. Alright, so got that thing colored. I know this isn't the right color. I know that hers is blue over there. There's a small problem, Dim. Why are you fixing it? Why are you fixing it? Alright, fine, you guys. Jesus, it wasn't really that much of a problem, but okay. Sweet. And again, I'll just hold command, select that, fill it. You know, really cool. Again, we have a really great lasso demo in the AGL Studio Art YouTube. I could go into it right now, because if you're looking closely, you'll see I am not only using the regular lasso tool, but the polygon lasso tool interchangeably, which is super freaking cool in layman's terms. It's freaking radical. Oh my god, I love it. Alright, so let's just go ahead and merge that down really quick. And as you can see, when you kind of get, you know, I know when I'm explaining stuff, it kind of like stagnates the process a little bit, but like when you get this stuff down, you can really just like, all this helps is just to, you know, keep you in that zone of just like, alright, I know what to do it. Alright, next thing to do it. You know, you're just kind of like seeing what needs to be done and you're just like attacking it. So these little techniques will help you kind of just attack, that kind of stuff. Cool. Okay, and then here's another little example why we have the silhouette layer. There's this little spot right here that kind of got neglected, and we can just open that up right there. And when I do it right there, it's like I have it. This silhouette layer is supposed to be black. What the hell? Alright, cool. I can immediately delete it from there, and then it'll go away from all those layers I have above it. So it's just like a nice way to kind of define your, you know, outside edge without having to kind of change every single thing. Like it's really useful. Because I remember when I used to be painting, like I was super painting, I would just paint everything straight up. It's like, oh yeah. There'd be this whole like kind of like, you know, at the end it'd take so long to like cleaning the outside edge. So now it's like I just do it in the beginning, have a super crispy outline, then it stays there, and it's super nice. Cool. Everything okay? Oh, okay, sorry. Sweet. Alright, let's get his Scarfy Warfy, I like to call him. If we want to be technical with it. Nice. Cool. And just in case anyone is wondering, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to another website just to see a goddamn lasso tutorial. Alright, well, don't throw up on the screen, please, first off. And I'll just tell you right now, basically, using the lasso tool, always use the lasso tool, okay? That's all you need. Lasso tool, you start pressing down, then after, so, gosh, I wanted to do it while I was selecting that, but we already selected it, so I'll just do it somewhere else. Let's just quickly duplicate that so I get it. Alright, lasso tutorial, let's do it. Alright, oh, another follow, thank you. Hey, cool, man. Hey, it's Quinn. Hey, sweet, bro. Thanks for coming, man. We're just talking about a little character design, separating the little flat colors. But yeah, so lasso tool, what I'm going to start doing is start drawing while it's held down. I'm going to hold the Alt key. I know too many holds down. I'm going to press and hold the Alt key, and now when I lift up on my pen, boom, it turns into polygon lasso. What? Yeah, pretty sick, huh? Definitely try that out. It's super helpful, really will speed up your process, and you'll kind of never need to use the polygon lasso again. It will become a thing of the past because you'll be using it whenever you want. So it's really cool. And if you don't like that, you can always just hold shift and it'll toggle, and L, and it'll toggle through the polygon things. But it's super useful. I remember I used to have like when I was doing a lot of like comic stuff, I used to have like an assistant that would do the base colors for me, and it'd always be a problem because I could tell she was using just the lasso tool. Let me start this over again. She was actually like I was outsourcing to China for that. So she was just like very lovely Chinese girl, and like I kept trying to tell her about this lasso technique, but she wouldn't get it, you know. So every time there'd be a really long, smooth curve that I'd want, she would kind of have these little, like, you know, I'd see those little polygons, and it's like, ugh. So yeah, you know, unfortunately that didn't end the best, you know. But hell, maybe she's learned it now. Maybe it's all good now. So cool. So we got this guy. He's looking squared away. I'll go ahead and let's darken his armor. And again, I have this this chick's base color layer there, just so I can quickly select that. And where's all this guy's stuff? Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this. Nice. Now it's super dark.
But then it's too dark. I cannot see anything.
I know, you guys. I apologize for that. That is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see everything right now. But because I want to get these cool little like color fades and that kind of stuff, I kind of have to start with it on the darker. I guess you could go the other way with it, but again, I want these characters to be very like united, so I'm kind of just sticking with the same process that I did for her. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're stuck with it now, which is fine though. It's fine. Cool. Alright, so I think almost kind of looking at the next spot I want to attack. I guess his Toesy Woesies need a little different color. It's a little minor thing. I don't want him too light. I just want it a little lighter, just so we can tell there's a difference right there. Because he's supposed to have like hooves, so like it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, again, that dude that just came in, Quinn Simmons art. Yeah, check that guy out. He's super sick, really super. I just found him like yesterday, I think it was, on like the Adobe channel. So yeah, definitely give that guy a look-see if you guys can. All right, sweet. Cool. Alright, let's, his eyeballs. I know. He's got no eyeballs. They're just silhouettes. So let's just go ahead and quickly, cut those out. Duplicate that, you know, again, come on, J, Mr. J. And I'm just gonna lighten them a little bit. I'm not gonna go, you know, super white, like, you know, this, just don't do that. Please, everyone, I see people do that all the time. It's just, I know eyes are white, or the iris, or whatever it is, the eyeball itself. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just too much, man. It's too much. So just ease up on that. I know she's got crazy glowing red eyes, so we could try going pretty gnarly right now. Glowing eyes, you know, is it's always kind of fun to draw. So I'll leave them just bright red for now. That's chill. And you know, you can see the iris. I mean, you can see the eyeball. It doesn't have to be like super white again. You know, it's good enough. But what I am noticing is that a lot of times I'll put this on overlay. Let's do that. All right, cool. So the line's on overlay now. But when I do that, let's go ahead and lock them into the clipping mask as well. Clipping mask again. I hold Alt and you can click between these layers, and I'll click, unclick. It's super nice. Also, you can just hold Alt, Shift, and G, I believe. No, Command, Shift, G. Yikes, what did I do there? Well, I kind of deleted them, I think. Oops. So, yeah, Alt, Shift, that changes actually the layer style. Excuse me about that. I swear, I never do this enough to remember it. Oh, well, yeah, I feel like a jerk right now. Forgetting the hotkey. I'm always, super amped on learning the specifics on stuff, but whatever, you hold Alt and you can lock it in there. Excellent, cool. I'm gonna leave that on overlay just so it kind of you know, integrates a little better with the colors I have underneath. But where I was going with that is I wanted to just duplicate that again, just the eyeball part, just because, you know, eyelashes, it's, you know, they're pretty dark, so especially if you've got a very light-skinned character. This one is not so bad, but if his skin was a lot lighter and you're using an overlay for the lines, you'd really lose it. Like, you know, it's kind of it'll go away after a while. That looks pretty cool though with the light skin. Hey, I think that's kind of cool. But so maybe we can try lightening it a little bit. Again, I do have parameters to follow because this is client work. I don't want to just be like, yeah, man, so, I don't know, I look pretty cool with white skin, so rewrite the whole game for that. You know, it's like you can't do that. So we're going to try to do our best, make it look cool within those constraints. I think we can lighten it up. I feel like it gives them like a stronger overall kind of contrast since the armor is so dark. So So yeah, let's go with it. Why not? Cool. Sweet. All right. Yeah, I think we're ready to start adding some of these cool little detail stuff. Is everybody ready and excited for that? Let's do it. I'm gonna use a brush right now. It's a very custom-made brush. Let's check this out so I can show you guys. I call it the hard softy just because it's hard to use, but it has a soft place in my heart. No, I call it that because it's got a hard and soft edge. Like you see, I'll swipe it across him. See how the top's hard, bottom soft. Super nice, super nice. Really love this brush. And again, I have it available on my Patreon if anyone is interested in that. Sweet. So I am going to go over here to these little swatches, these little swatcherinos. Swatches are another good thing to I should touch upon. If you are doing characters like kind of like almost like faction stuff, or like like you're designing, like these are for a specific race for the game, you know. And again, this is an upcoming like tabletop RPG game. So if you kind of want to, like, if you know you're going to be doing a lot of like the same kind of people or something like that, it's good to have a swatch of like that specific like color thing. Oh, cool. Thank you for the host, Jessica. It's good to have that stuff. It'll really help kind of like uniform things. So that's good, a really good way, because you don't want to like run into a problem where you do something and then it's just like crap, you know, you could kind of struggle to get that same color, and we don't want that to happen. You don't want to, you don't want to show up and then it's just like this looks cool, but it's not really the same as that one, you know, like why does this character have a different color than all the other ones? And you can't just be like, well, I'm having trouble getting that same color, because when you get into like a lot of layers and stuff, and you have all these cool like shading and like color effects going on, as in like the layer style is, or sorry, the layer effect is like, you know, kind of intermingling with the colors below, like using overlays and color dodge and stuff. And it can get kind of tough to tell like what exact color that was, unless you have a cool base color layer like all this stuff. Then it's super easy, but just something good to think about. Another thing is like you can actually make layer styles that are all the same. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it does exist and it is cool. So, you know, again, like try to think long term when you're doing stuff. Like, oh, okay, you know, thinking ahead is like probably the best way to like speed up your art process. It's like if you're just trying to do stuff, just get it done quick, it'll probably end up taking longer because you try to take all these like shortcuts. So I do not recommend that. Something I am noticing, and that's like, you know, if we want to use the scientific term, that's looking a little close to his skin color. So I'm a little worried about that right now. I'm not gonna stop everything and, you know, freak out, because you know, everything's fixable. It's all good. It is all good. Because, you know, we might even end up changing this color. Like, I wanted to use the same one as I used for her to start with, just so, you know, again, to kind of keep them in line. You know, you gotta keep these characters in line, otherwise they'll, you know, go all Toy Story on you and jump out of the page. Nah, I wish, that'd be crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I'll start with the same color, and then, you know, we'll kind of go tone it back, or I can change it from there. But as long as they kind of start in the same spot, it's, I guess the chances are a little higher they'll stay a little more aligned. Cool. Whoa. So, and I have this brush on like different. I made the two of them. I used to always like kind of like swap around the angle of it manually, or just kind of like hold my pen in like crazy directions. But then one day I was like, you know what? Why don't I just create another brush that is flipping on? I'm toggling between these so much, you know. So like, sometimes it is kind of a pain in the butt to like, you know, or I mean, it's not really like, it just, for some reason it seems like it, because, you know, you just want to stay in that creative flow. It's like, I don't want to stop and make a brush right now, you know, because, yeah, I don't know, but sometimes it can actually really, really help in the long run. So don't be afraid to do it. It doesn't take that long, especially if it is just rotating it. I mean, come on. Cool. So yeah, I'm just kind of lightly covering the tops of these, and I'm keeping in mind like the directions I'm choosing these. This isn't like lighting I'm doing right now. You know, if it was, it'd be like off the wall. It's like, why is the bottom of that being lit and the top of that? You know, I'm thinking more of like kind of just designy stuff with it right now, as in like where it fades to. Like generally, you know, the top of things, light is coming from overhead, so I'm kind of going with that and having these be the lighter parts. Because if I had the bottom be lighter part, it'd have to be pretty light, and it would kind of you know, since this is just really like kind of design concept art, not necessarily like trying to like create like a 3D looking image for like reference for like a 3D modeler or a sculptor. I just want to design in like it's just gonna have a nicer look. Like it's just gonna go with the lighting. I don't want to confuse people, and then you know, yeah, I don't know. You'll kind of see where I'm going with that, but like basically like things fade down, so it's a little more like easier on the eyes, and it's kind of just has a nicer like design flow if it's going dark, like especially down by the feet. Like for some reason, like you can kind of you know, you don't need to have super details everywhere, and like as it goes down to the feet, you can kind of like fade away some stuff. It'll kind of give it a nicer like overall flow, you know. So it's but yeah, you know, I mean, if maybe you can have crazy hands, but since this design, like if these were you know, it was like a sweet ass like glowing red color, then yeah, I'd say you can totally do the whole like fade down to the hands, because that can be a cool look too. You know, it's like orange fading down, or I mean like red, yellow, like it's like fire hands or something. That'd be cool. Since this is, I want it a little more kind of buggy shell looking, I guess. I don't want to do that, so that's where we're going. I just need to fade it so it's yeah. I guess I'm rambling. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's something to think about, you know. And I did try. I can show you guys right now if you want to see how it looks the other way. But yeah, trust me on this one. Me, your humble host. Cool. So all right. So now we're ready to add some little spotties on here, and yeah, I know when you see spots, it's like, oh God, is he sick? Is he have chicken pox? Stay away. No, these aren't chicken pox. Come on, you guys. What are we like in 3rd grade? Cool. So what I want to do is I just kind of isolate that area, and alone right there is like, okay, yeah, there's kind of some spots, like it's not bad, you know, but we could make it a little cooler. And what I'm gonna do with this, and when you're kind of adding patterns to stuff, there's kind of like, I don't want to say a right and a wrong way, but like there's kind of the I don't want to say the lazy way, but I don't know. It's kind of common in animes. You'll see them have like, you know, the chick with like a plaid skirt. It's like literally just like a plaid inside a mask. What I want to do, and what I want you guys to think about, is kind of showing a little bit of the form with this pattern. So I'm gonna use a super cool, powerful tool called warp or warp speed, whatever you want to call it. And basically, I just want to kind of round it out, and I can round it in the shape of this, you know, his little shoulder pad, because I do want it to be curved, you know. And if I hold Command Shift H, I can just hide that selection, or maybe it's just hide, or Command H, yeah. And if I hold Command H or Control H, you can just hide that selection, and it's a little nicer now. It kind of has a little more roundy to it. You could always push it further and that kind of stuff for sure. So be aware of that. It like you can already see though that just that alone versus how it was before. It's like that's how it was before, there's now, you know, before, after. See, it kind of has a little more of that kind of feel to it. Totally good. You know, if we were on a super time crunch, you know, maybe I'd hold Control here and Alt, and then I could kind of just duplicate that same spot over there. We don't want people to notice, so maybe I would go like this, have it down here a little further, maybe kind of just cut out some area. You know, maybe we could use it over here. Maybe we could even just bend it further. You know, it's kind of it's just, you know, Photoshop has so many cool tools, so many ways to use stuff, and like, I don't want to say like, yeah, you guys should be like hoarders, you know, but and like not throw anything away, but you know, maybe before you go and delete something, maybe think if it could be used somewhere else. You know, like this little spot, these little small ones. I kind of want the bigger dots. So these ones aren't really working. Let's bring them down over here. Maybe we can make them a little bigger. Watch out when you're making stuff bigger though. Photoshop's super great for making things smaller. But when it's going bigger, that's when you really gotta watch out. Cool. So let's scrunch in this side. And again, like what's so cool about the warp tool is like you can seriously just kind of go with the actual contour and just line up the sides, and then you'll be nicely squared away. Cool. See, that's a little better. See, you guys were gonna throw that away. You were gonna waste those perfectly innocent dots. Like, yeah. Recycle. Maybe it's recycling. That's what we want to do. We're all go green, bro. Yeah, so let's go green with our painting. Cool. Now let's get some new dots over here. Let's try something new over here. I'm just gonna do a quick one. I'm using a cool little brush, just from like a super old speed paint pack back in the Gnomon days. Cool, let's do that. And again, I want to kind of round it out. I'm thinking like, see his like belly button curve, his body curve, the body curve, body curve. Don't sing that song in my stream, please. All right, cool. And it doesn't have to be super exact. I mean, just as long as it's kind of going in that direction, you know. Again, like, yeah, green like money. There you go. There you go. Cool. And what? Yeah, I'm gonna add this later. We're gonna add a little effect to it later to make it look more like hers. But right now, let's just get the little dots where we want them. I don't love this one as much. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think it might work a little better curved like that. And these are looking a little uniform for me. Watch out for that too, like you know, like, yeah, patterns and stuff. Didn't you just say we were putting patterns on things? Well, yeah, we are, like, but I meant like kind of just like designy stuff. What I don't want is a pattern on this because it is an organic thing. And like something to watch out for is how it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It almost looks like a third one right there. But you see how it's like all these are so evenly spaced? That's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a no-no. So watch out for that. You know, if we don't, if these aren't working, if it's like, all right, we really tried. I tried to be your dots friend, you know, but now I have to kill you. No, we don't have to do that. But we can just move them somewhere else, make them, you know, relocate them to a habitat that'll be better for them, I guess. Cool. And I don't mind there being like a couple little dots right there, and we can always, you know, just make our own little dot right there if we want something specific, you know. So again, yeah, I'm using like a little speed painty dot thing. Yeah, chill, man, chill. I'm using a little speed paint dot thing, but I mean, it doesn't mean you can't just like paint it in yourself. It's no worries. But the reason why I am doing that little dotty thing is because I do want a little more like sporadic-y kind of look than just me drawing them all myself. Just because I don't, if I draw myself, I know I'd be a little more likely to kind of have those patterns, like evenly space them out, you know. So so I am like, you know, that's why I'm kind of not doing that. And you know, I want to move a little faster, so we can kind of take this stuff, and if I hold the black arrow key and hold Alt or Option on Mac, it'll automatically duplicate that little section. And then you take that and then just move it over here. Awesome. And I'm just using Command T. What up? Hey, what up, Jared Dog? Thanks for coming in. Sweet. Yeah, and I can just hold Command T and then free transform. Basically all you need. So I have a hotkey for that. Super chill. Because from there, that's kind of like a starter transform. If you need to transform it further, it's super easy, you know. But it's just a nice way to start. Most of the stuff you can use for transform. Like I swear, back in the day when I was like had to teach myself Photoshop and stuff, I would use transform to like just move things around. You know, it's just like, what the hell's the black arrow key? You know, it's like, yeah, I didn't even know about it back then. So it's like, oh, man, you know, small wonder I was working my machine so hard using it for like every little thing. So cool. And then again, like, you know, just taking that one thing and moving around different ways, you can really create some really new, nice thing. Triforce Heroes looks so good. What the heck's Triforce Heroes? I'm guessing something to do with Legend of Zelda. It's pretty hard not to make that cool anymore. Cool. Sweet, sweet. All right, let's grab. Right now, I'm looking for which little dot area I want to grab next. Ah! We lost the selection there. All right, let's get this selection back. Now black arrow key. Now we can move it. Awesome. Just run a couple little dots over here on this little spot. We might need a couple more. And again, it's like I'll just use that same one and rearrange them, and now it's brand new. It's like you know, think of it like you're that, you know, the grandma or like the aunt that never really gets anyone new presents. She kind of just like wraps something from her house and brings it. You know, it's like, oh cool, used fork. You know, like try to think a little bit like that. The weird auntie that we all have. Excellent. But again, yeah, use it wisely. Try to mix it up a little bit when you're using it. Don't just be like, oh, Din said I can just reuse the same thing over and over. It's all Din's fault. Come on, you guys, don't put that on me. Cool. So yeah, when you use it, try to just mix it up a little bit. You know, like one of these little dots might work a little better over here. That's when you can kind of like use it as a little inspiration, and then you can kind of fine tune it and make it work for the design. You know, like the design comes first, hands down. You know, so like but it is kind of nice to just get the ball rolling with some fun little woo-doo. So that's what I really like those speed painting brushes for. Like, they're so cool. And again, but if you only use those, it's like, you know, you do run the risk of it kind of spoiling it, because like you need that stuff, but once you get busted for it, like once people know like, hey, that's a repeated thing, then it's like, oh, your drawing's like so ruined, like everyone's gonna see it, and it's like yeah, it's just not gonna, it's gonna backfire on you. So do be aware of that and use it sparingly. Cool. So I'll just grab this little batch right here. No. Let's move it over there. So let's see this one. This needs like so far over. I'm gonna really need to scrunch this one, like a scrunchie. that wasn't even like funny. All right, sweet. All right, cool. So now we got some little spots on there. Liking it. Definitely is going. Maybe we can add a couple more by hand on this. You know. And again, we're just using whatever is best for that given moment. You know, think of it like we're Bobby Flay and we're cooking this dish and we're constantly tasting it, and it's like, that could use a little more paprika. You know, in this case, paprika is these little black dots I'm adding around. Sweet. Alright, cool. This one, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this one's just not as, yeah, I just want a little bigger over there. Bigger. Alright, cool. Let's just separate these out a little bit. You gotta keep them separated, as Offspring has always taught us. I don't know if anybody even knows that band anymore. Alright, cool. Sweet. Alright, much more satisfied with that now. I think that's a good start. Now let's save it actually first. Save, oh my god, save a life, save a painting. Sweet, so I'm gonna save that. Let me check on the old Chatterino. Nice. I'm not sure if I want to leave it as just a midriff. You have a midriff. Post the, can you post a work in progress sketch of it? That'd be chill. Yeah, if anybody's just tuning in, thank you for coming along. We're kind of just coloring this this badass mofo right here on the right. We're having fun. The midriff, yeah, you could always add a little belly button ring or something, I guess. Oh man, yeah, right, Jared Dog, right? Oh god, they used to be so cool. So let's hop over to this lovely lady. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Where are you going after this? Alright, so cool. So I'm looking, and this is when it's really nice, kind of using what you've done for the next piece in order to keep consistency. I want to get this cool little gradient effect that I have on her. I'm looking at the feather stuff right now. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. We're looking at the feathers now. I don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers out there, but we're going to do something with the feathers. Alright, cool. So what's really neat is if you grab this layer effect and you hold Alt, if you hold Alt before you grab it, you can basically duplicate it. And again, to go into like some Photoshop psychology with y'all, generally speaking, Alt will, when you're moving something, it will duplicate it. You know, that's same with layers. Like if this layer right here, it's like hold Alt, move it. It's a quick way to move it up. It's kind of nice sometimes doing that because if I just hit on this layer that I'm looking at, I hold Command J, it's going to immediately break the clipping mask, and it's going to be like, oh, you want to start a new clipping mask of that? Yeah, it's kind of weird. But you know, Photoshop in their infinite wisdom, or Adobe, they were like, you know what? Let's give people a chance. All right, we don't know if they want to throw off everything, so they do give you a chance to just re-hit the clipping mask button and it goes right back in. So there you go. Awesome. Hold on a second. God, it pisses me off that this like hotkeys being weird with me. Yeah. Piss me off. Alright, whatever, man. This thing's being a dick. Alright, cool. Whatever. We didn't need to duplicate that, but now we got it, so we're all happy and we're all having a grand old time. Excellent. So that is something to know. So it is like, it won't kind of throw off everything. Yeah, it might spook you a little bit, but oh, oops, yikes. Stop. Well, I said this was working on sci-fi stuff, so excuse me for trying to become a robot. Alright, cool. So now we're back in. I'll go ahead and repeat that. When you break the clipping mask thing, or sorry, if I control, like, Command J, Mr. J, duplicate that layer, it's going to automatically break the clipping mask, ruin everything you've done. No, not really that bad. But you can just put it right back and everything will be fine again. Like, it's not going to totally just, like, throw you to the, you know, throw you into the sea, just let you drown. So, cool. Cool. That's getting better. We add that little inner glow effect to this. Let's see how that's looking. I might modify it just to, yeah, okay. So I dragged her, the feather effect over, and again, you know, you don't want to just do something and be like, okay, well, that's probably going to work, you know, and just settle for maybe something that you don't really like. Don't ever settle. You know, reach for the stars, eternal stars. Boom. Little project plug. So I moved it over, and again, I just kind of slightly messed with it again. If I was Robotronic when I was mentioning that, basically if you hold Alt, you can duplicate something. It'll automatically duplicate that layer. But then that also works with layer effects. And what's really cool about that, you can either grab this little effects thing right here and move all of that. Look, now he's going to glow. Yeah, or we could just grab an individual one. And I'll be like, oh, I just want the inner glow. You know, so it's really powerful to know. Super cool. Alright, Matt, let's check this out. Oh, you have it over here? Let me see. Chill. Nice. Yeah, let's get that little belly button line in there. That little beep. I'd say that would really look nice. As you can see, I'm a fan of the midriff showing girls and guys. Nice. Yeah, the midriff's cool. And again, like when I was doing that, midriff's like, you know, it doesn't always have to be like, oh my god, you're being sexist, blah blah. You know, it just shows that the character's mobile. You know, it's a little more like, it just increases their mobility look. You know, so if you want a character, like if you're designing a character to be a little more like roguish, you know, definitely have that midriff exposed. On these guys, it's just kind of showing that they're so badass that it doesn't really matter. You know, I do want to show that they do have some skin in there, and it kind of just helps break up the bottom and the half. Like, it's kind of a nice, like, especially when you're running for like games and stuff. It's like having this exposed right here, just and like kind of separates the hands. So when the characters are doing stuff, it's just kind of a little easier to see what, like, you know, their shape, that kind of stuff. You know, and again, it's like, oh cool, it's like this burgundy up here, burgundy down there. Okay, it's easy to tell the top and bottom of them. Not to mention these little like antennae things help really show off the head. So cool, cool, excellent. I need to drag over another layer effect from this lovely lady's little dotsy watsies. Let's add that over. And again, I'm going to hold Alt and just drag it on up. So you can see I keep my, oh, we forgot where the layer was. I think it's this one. Cool. Alright, sweet. Sweet! Excellent. So now when I did that, add a little overlay, or overlay. God, I'm an idiot. Alright, cool. A little overlay to those, which is nice. Or a little outer glow in an overlay layer. I'll show you guys that really quick. I'm just using white on there, nothing fancy. Again, what's really nice about using these layer styles is that you can always go in and edit it again. So it's nothing permanent. It's like really, you can really mess with it and have fun with it. So highly recommend those. What I am noticing, and what I kind of mentioned in the beginning, which was kind of a concern of mine, is that this little fade on his armor is looking a little too much like his skin. So let's change it up. I just want to make sure I have the correct layout. Okay. Oops, these were copied. Oh my god. Again, if I just grab a layer effect and move it, it'll just move that layer effect. It's pretty basic, but if I hold Alt, it'll duplicate that. So it's something to be aware of. Nice. Let me get rid of that. All right, cool. Now let's change the color of his armarium. I'm just gonna hit Command U really quick. The hue and saturation menu, super powerful menu. Definitely check it out. Sweet. Alright, so let's give him a little more like greenish. Actually, I'm going to leave it green like that for like 2 seconds. This is a good time when you're messing with a color and it's like, oh, it's not working. And you're kind of like, which color should I go with? That's a good point to check the original like kind of description that you have from your client or whatever. Like, 'cause I don't want to like get really attached to a color and then be like, crap, that's kind of the opposite what his color is. So on this, it's actually pretty cool. Alright, sweet. This one, he's kind of just has dark gray armor, so dark gray can be anything. So let's just go with what will kind of unify that. So this a little on the greener side. Let's maybe move it a little back to the blue. Peachon is on her way. Alright, cool. So, alright, so I just moved it just a little bit back blue. But I did bump up the saturation a little bit, so that's cool. Excellent. Excellence in broadcasting. Alright, cool. Let's I'm gonna bring over some other layers. This is, come on everybody, let's move on to the new one. Imagine these are like basically like a bunch of fleas hopping from one dog to another. But I'm just holding Alt and I'm just gonna bring all these. I want to bring these overlay layers that I had. Again, these aren't like magic layers. I could totally just have done this again, but I really want to keep consistency. Song's cool. Another thing to note is that I have 2 layers selected, and I was just able to transform them both. So it's really cool. If you select 2 layers, you can transform everything at once. But when you do that, your selection is limited. You can't do that cool warp thing. So unfortunately, yeah, you can do everything but warp. We can even change the perspective on stuff, so that's really cool, or like distort it. Really quick, instead of like, sorry, let me commit that transform, let's cancel that, sorry, alright. It was doing a little like loading transformation thing. Alright, so what I want to do is show you guys kind of the quick way to transform something and then the not so quick way. So like, the wrong way is to like transform. Okay, right click on here. Okay, oh let's do some distort. Okay, good. Oh, all right. That's not what we want to do. What we're gonna do is just gonna Command T, like normal. It's gonna start the same, but then we're gonna be like hotkeys. Okay, and I know that if I hold Command, it's gonna automatically make it in distort mode when I grab a corner, so I can boom distort it without having to take some extra steps to right click and that kind of stuff. Nice. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, let's pull these down under the line art layer a little bit. I don't want to lose his line art. Maybe if I move that above. Okay, that helped a little bit. I think we need to give him some shading around the face. Just a little bit. But cool, alright, so he's starting to look there. Something I noticed is that we kind of got to separate the, I want the back part of these under feathers to be slightly different color, or slightly darker than the other one. And I can just select like the only lines again that I have to worry about are the ones that are kind of within that same color. I can just go over his leg, doesn't matter. You know, I go over his shoe, doesn't matter. I go over this cloth thing, doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna darken it slightly. Cool. Nice. Alright, sweet. How easy was that, right? Darken, now it's got a little better sit to it. Sits a little nicer. Is there anywhere else we should do that?
Up on his far shoulder.
Good, good. Nice catch, you guys. That's great. We're gonna mess with it over here too. Do I have to unselect these? No! You guys are right. You're right again. Thank you. Let's darken that a little bit. Cool. Alright, nice. So that's going to help separate that a little bit. Maybe we could even go back here a little bit because I want to show that some of these are feathers from the back one and then some are his hair. So let's just darken these. Sorry, this song's really cool. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to turn up a little bit. Yeah, Eternal Stars, our new project. You can actually check it out on Facebook. They have a page there starting. Jessica will post you a link, Jared Dog. Thank you for being interested. Cool. Sweet. Alright, sweet. He's getting there. He's getting there. Now let's, I think I'm ready to start doing some of that little underglow. But maybe let me just double check on this chick, make sure I'm not missing any crazy like little effects or something. Little stroke thing. Alright, we could do that. Since I did put all the line work inside the lines, it kind of will lose a little bit of that edge, you know, and sometimes it is kind of nice just to have that like a slight line around there, just because, you know, everything is going around and it will get a little darker on the edges. So I have just a little stroke on there and it'll just, you know, help tighten things up a little bit. I mean, it's basically like, think of it just like you're inking, you know, you kind of want to put like a thicker outline around the character. So that's basically what that's doing, but just on a smaller scale. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, cool. It's starting to come together, everybody. Awesome! Something I want to do, though, is I want to highlight the top of this right here. It's getting a little dark. And it's scaring me. It's so dark, I'm scared. Alright, cool. Yikes. Photoshop's getting a little slow right now. I don't want to blame you guys, but it was working fine before you guys showed up, so maybe it is your fault. Yeah, cool, cool. Let's grab this color. Excellent. And I just want to, like, yeah, touch around these little nibs. I see this little spot there. Let's get that out of there. Remember those, talking about little things that can kind of add up? Like a couple other little things. Watch out for like this stuff. Like that right there and that right there. That's kind of like, you know, nobody wants to be the person that's like, could you touch that up? Like, I mean, I noticed there's some errors on there. It's like, yeah, so try to go through and like fix all that stuff on your own. Don't just be like, whatever, if they say something about it, then, you know, whatever, then I'll fix it. But, you know, a lot of times they'll actually notice it but not say it. It'll just be like, yeah, let's just never hire this guy again, you know. So don't be the guy that's just like always waiting for other people to point out their mistakes. Another thing, I just noticed that it's kind of like weird. Hey Havoc, thanks for coming in. That's yeah, that's our little watermark logo on the top right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's our studio. The game logo's right here on Eternal Stars. So that's kind of like getting duplicated a little bit. I'll just cut it. I'll turn it off on the actual image. A little redundant, isn't it? All right, cool. All right, so something I am noticed on here, and thanks for the question. And if anybody's just tuning in, thank you very much for clicking that play button if you're watching it on Facebook or something, or if you're here, feel free to say hello in the chat. And if you like character design and stuff, yeah, feel free to give me a follow. I'd love to keep doing these. So yeah, it's nice to know if you're wanted. So yeah, there's a little purple button down there. Click that little purple button, give me a follow. Alright, cool. I kind of started editing this without talking about it. Yeah, there's almost this little subconscious line right here. You guys see that? I didn't mean to do that. it's your guys' fault either way, but I'm gonna fix it. No, it's not your guys' fault. Jeez, get out of here. Alright, cool. But just to reaffirm that, even though these are kind of like pointing at each other, I don't want... it wasn't intentional. I don't want someone to think it was. So let's just kind of touch that up a little bit. And I do want to help, like, I don't want this to be like a gray area where it's just like, you know, you're kind of like, what's going on in there? You know, it's like, I don't want there to be that. I want people to just look at it and be like, wow, I can see everything so clearly. Or maybe there's some song about, you know, the rain and seeing clearly that we could think of. But cool. See, so having that right there, it just alleviates a little bit of that. What the hell's going on right there? So now it's just like, alright, you can clearly see that this is going under this other plate. That's what we want. We want nice and clear, easy to see. Regardless of your draw style, clarity is something that we can all work on, and it's important for everyone. Yeah, awesome. Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, right. I will save it right now. That is never a bad idea to save. Awesome. And now, like, now that Photoshop, they have this super cool, like saving the background thing. Like, that was like the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm so used to that now. I don't know if I could ever go back to before when you'd have to save things out yourself. Can you imagine that, saving out, having to wait for things to save? Oh my god. Alright, cool. I just want to add a little darkness around his eyes right now. And since I did separate his eyeballs, it's just super easy. I can just go in there and it'll be right under there. Nice, nice, nice. Something I want to look at, though, is the eyeball layer. Yikes. I'm going to, the eyeball layer, I want his eyelashes a little thicker, sorry. It's hard to kind of think in my head about a problem and then start explaining it, but I forget, I didn't even tell you what the original problem was. So what I want to do is I just want to thicken that up a little bit, so I'm just going to duplicate it and merge them. How do you merge like that, Dean Money? That's a great question, thank you for asking. Basically I'll hit Command E. I don't know why it's Command E, it's nowhere near Command J. I guess the only thing I remember is like merge layer, you know, so there's 2 E's in that, maybe. Yeah, it's cool. So just remember Command E, merge down. Layer. Alright, sweet. I just give him a little darkness around his schnauzer. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's chill to do. Alright, I think we're ready for some cool, glowy layers. Everybody likes glowing things, right? You kids love when things glow, right? Okay. Whenever you're ready, Photoshop. Alright, cool. Sweet. Let's grab I'm gonna use I'll show you guys. I'm gonna use a brush. Just basically digital round with some, pressure sensitivity as far as like the shape of it, the brush size, and then it's the opacity. Cool. Excellent. Alright, so I'm gonna go through. Sweet. Thank you for the follow, J Chus. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Excellent. This guy has actually a yellow glow to his armor. And I'm gonna go super yellow. Man, I don't wanna go that yellow. Let's try a little more orangey. Cool. Alright, so yeah, again, anyways, just tuning in. If you're unfamiliar with Twitch, if you want to give me a follow, that'd be really super duper cool. If you don't, hey, no worries. Maybe I'll catch you next time. Maybe I'll impress you then. And what I want to do with this underglow layer is on her. I kind of why tell you when I can show you, right? So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go back over to this lovely lady. Can we see what's behind door number 1? Alright, cool. So that's not it. That's it. Alright, sweet. And layer 22. Okay. Well, I guess I can't show you. That's weird. Either way, that's alright. But what I wanted to do, we'll just talk about it. I think that's a previous version or something. Because what I want to have happen is I don't want there to be glowing lights under every single piece of armor and like everything, because I want it to try to get a little more of like depending on that angle that you're looking at it, you'll kind of see the little parts kind of shining through. Not necessarily it's just like all glowing everywhere. So I'm gonna try to kind of imagine a little line, like kind of like this, and then like through here, and then anything on there. So basically, everything's all rounded, but you know, here's the front of him and the side. If it was broken down into lines, you know, this little 3/4 line is kind of what I'm thinking as far as my. Yeah, cool. So yeah, let her know she's cool. I think she's just saying she's on her way. Alright, Peachon's on the way, cool. Alright, so yeah, so basically I'm thinking of this line right here, I'll do it in green. This is the one that I'm going to be thinking about, this line of sight. Basically, you know, coming down the middle of everything. That's the one that's going to be, where we're going to see a little bit of glow. And we went way too far with that, drawing in the same layer, oh my god. Alright, cool, that's good enough, we'll just go from there. Sweet. And this, again, I'm just using this like orangey layer right now. Hey, that's no problem, alright? If you don't like the orange, that's fine. Don't like kind of get too hung up being like, I don't know exactly what color I'm going to use for this yet, like, and I have to decide because I'm going to draw it on the one layer, and it's like, don't, you know, draw this on a layer above. Photoshop's nice that way. Don't try to risk your whole drawing for just one thing, you know. So I'm just going to go through, and it's just so easy to change the layers, the color later. So that's why I'm not really like super freaking out about if this is going to be the final color. You know, I'm just going to put this down. As long as I put it all down, I can, you know, have it all be that same color later. Cool. So I might make these, maybe this circle. See, I was debating if I wanted to be like a giant light. I said I wanted a giant light. Yeah, see, there you go. It's like my crotch flashlight. No, that's it's a bit much. Bit much. So let's bring back our small brush, and we're kind of just gonna. And again, I'm just drawing them right where it's like in those kind of line of sight where that thing would be, or where that angle where we'd be kind of reflecting our view or catching our view. Excellent, cool. So anyone just tuning in, yeah, just a little recap. What we're trying to do here is make basically a male version in the same race and like faction as this female character here. So we're kind of talking about techniques in order to keep consistency and that kind of stuff. If you do like this kind of stuff, please please give me a follow. Let me know. I'm trying to get noticed by Adobe channel so I can start working with them. Super cool stuff. Because I'm all about Photoshop and helping people learn Photoshop. So. And you know, learning character design techniques for sure. But I just love Photoshop so much that if you guys could help me get Adobe's attention, it'd be radical. And then that would just mean more streaming. So, and as some of you might have noticed too, it's like, what the heck? It's not Tuesday. Why is Din streaming? Is this even the real Din? Oh my god, it's the robot version. I heard the robot voice. It's real. It's me. It's me. It's still me. We're all here. You know, you're still your humble host. Cool. So now we got these. I know what you guys might be thinking too right now. It's like, oh, it looks like honey dripping from his armor. Okay, yeah, I guess that is kind of cool. That'd be kind of a cool idea. You know, he's got actual like things living in there, just like kind of drooping out of him. But that's not a part of the original, you know, request by the client. So we can't do that. So don't even ask me about it. What we can do is make it glow. Make it glow. Make it glow. Everybody knows that song, right? Alright, cool. Sweet. Alright, so now we got some yellow there. And again, let's say... Alright, let's give you guys a scenario right now. We didn't have color swatches. Alright, we don't have those anymore. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm not getting rid of them, guys. Come on. I'm just moving to the other screen so you can't see it. Alright. And I'm going to bring this over here so you guys can see what we got. Alright, so we got a color thing. Alright, so what color are we going to use? Alright, so we were drawing it and we still got to do this hand on him. Alright, so let's just play around the wheel. Whoa! Okay, cool. So we don't know what our last color was. All we can do is give our best guess on what it was. So we're going to go with that. Let's try it out. Oh, cool. I kind of like this color a little more than the one we were previously doing. if you guys look really closely, let's all put on our looking glasses, and let's see here, up close and personal. So this one, as you can see, it's really blending well. It's not like the outer glow and the inner glow and the color of the line is all meshing well together.
Well, how do I know if it's meshing well?
Well, that's a great question. Let's look at a part that's not meshing well. This one over here. This one over here. Okay, cool. Now we're getting super deep into it. Alright, cool. So this one over here, if you look really closely, if you look wee closely, you'll see that it's kind of orange in there, then it goes yellow, and then there's just kind of just like glow around it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It is kind of cool, but it's not really producing the same glow as this one is. So, what are we going to do?
Try Control U!
Alright, let's try it. That's not a bad idea. Let's try it out. Okay, so we'll change them all different colors, but no, this is still a different color. Anyone know what we can do? I do. Oh, you, in the din money. I'll try it. Alright, thank you for calling on me. Sweet, I'll try it out. So what we can do is use that thing we were doing earlier. I hold Command, click on that. Click on that. Oh, that's really helpful, Din. Alright, sorry. Click on this layer preview box. Click on that. It's going to select everything. And then I'm going to just Command delete and fill. What? Yeah, basically it's that easy. We just basically selected all that and filled it, and it's going to just make it all the same color again. So if you're like super worried about what color, it's just like, you know what, I got no idea, man. You just put a color down, I'll tell you if I like it or not. A good way to do that is just to be like, alright, I'm just going to use white, you know. And then, ooh, that looks kind of cool too. Ooh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Cool. But aside from layer effects, just use the white. Get it squared away, then you can add your layer effects and be like, oh cool, do I like that, do I not? And then what you can do is just create a little clipping mask within itself and just fill it whatever color you want. And then it'll automatically make all those lines that color. Sweet. Awesome. Oh, sorry about that. One thing to do... Wait, Command what? That's a good question. Alright, so hold Command, and then if I'd zoom in on it, but I can't really zoom in on the layer menus. But if I hold Command or Control on PC and I move the mouse over the little box right here, the little preview of the layer, you'll see a little dotted like square appear under the hand, and that's like bink. You click that, and it'll automatically select everything in that layer.
Well, Dan, that sounds great for that, but can we use that for anything else? Like, I don't want to learn something if I can only use it in one way.
Well, okay. Well, let's talk about another way you could use that. Another good thing for that is, let's see, it's like, okay, so we're right here. I have this layer right here. Okay, what is this layer? What the hell's in it? You know, it's like, I know there's a layer here. I toggle it on and off, and I'm not seeing any changes. Should I delete that layer? I don't know. I don't like it. If I don't know what it is, well, maybe we could hold Command and select it, and it'll highlight that area. What? So it's kind of a good way to find a layer if you don't know where it is. It's not my go-to way to find a layer. I mean, technically you don't even want to have that problem, but I'd like to say that I never do, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. So another good way to do that is I'll just hold Command T to bring up the transformation menu, and then it'll automatically put a little transformation box around anything that is. Because like I've had parts when it's like, yeah, it's pretty straightforward right now because I got these two characters and it's like nice background. I mean, it's flat background. We're just looking at it. But if this was like a full-blown painting and it's all these crazy layers and you're just like clicking a layer on and off, like instead of like trying to look so hard to find where that layer was, it's like, yeah, just Command T, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, it'll put a box around it, and you can instantly know. Yeah, so that, I find that really, really useful. So go ahead and use that if you're ever in doubt. I don't know if you guys use super a lot of layers. And if you like that little tip-a-rooney, if you wouldn't mind giving me a follow, anyone who hasn't yet. Again, we're trying to get noticed by Adobe, so I want them to know I've got a lot of cool followers and people are interested in me. Sweet. So I'm kind of digging this white look. I think that was a good idea, you guys. The white. Whose idea was that? Oh yeah, it was mine. Nah, it wasn't. But we all kind of found it together. Oops. Drawing in the wrong layer. Alright, that's a good... Hey, that's another example to use the command thing. Crap! I started drawing in the wrong layer. What am I gonna do? Alright, well, that's fine. I'll just command click there and just put dotted lines around everything. And then if I use the lasso tool, minus it out, should be deleted. Oh, let's try that out again. No, maybe it's the V key. No. I swear. It does that when I don't want it to, but when I do, it doesn't. Alright, whatever. I guess it just shows you where it is. Sorry. That wasn't that cool. My bad. That's funny. Well, you win some, you lose some. So let's get rid of all that right there. Again, that'd be a good thing. I'll use transformation. It kind of lets you know it's like, there's still some little fragments over here. You know, so I can just really quickly loop around there. But didn't earlier you said not to waste anything? Well, that's a good question. Maybe there's a better way we could have done that. Okay, let's go back. Step on back. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Alright, cool. Let's go back a little further. I just want to make sure we have all those lovely layers there. Alright, cool. Sorry for the delay. Alright, sweet. So what if this was something that we didn't want to just lose? What if we spent some time drawing this cool design and, you know, it's like, oh man, yeah, this is like, look at that. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I'll never be able to draw that again. Or it took so long. I don't want to do that. But I drew in the wrong layer. Oh no. This technique will not work if you're drawing on the background layer. So just as a heads up, it's not going to save you from that. But what I can do is I'll hold Command Shift T, and I'll be like, okay, I'll get an idea where the little danger zone is. I'm just going to select all that. Command X for cut. Or exit out, like dead. And then let's just go to the layer we do want. I'll hold Command Shift or Control Shift and then V. So basically copy and paste, you know, or like cut, paste kind of thing. But the real keyword is holding the Shift when you do the V. Let's go back and let's show you if I didn't do that. So if I just hit Command V, it's like over here. It's like really, you know, it's like you're just gonna throw it over there, and then spend time like, you know, trying to realign it. Let's just go back. If I hold Control Shift V, it'll automatically put it in that exact same spot. Super powerful, super useful. Remember that. A good way to kind of think about that kind of stuff is, you know, Shift is kind of for like aligning things, kind of you know, more like kind of I don't even know how to say it, but like it's a little more like aligned, like kind of the Photoshop will be helping you make something straight, that kind of stuff. You know, because you use that to make straight lines. You can use it to like you not only draw straight lines, but like click and drag, move around from each other, like that kind of straight lines. Not just like a ruler line like that. You can use it both ways, but it's really powerful. The Shift is kind of, think of it that way. You know, that'll help. And then now we got it there. Sorry, now we got a new layer with that little part that we like, that we didn't want to lose because that little swirly took so long to make. What we can do is if I make sure that this layer is on top of this glowy layer that I want it to go into, Command E, it'll merge down and it'll go in there super nice.
What happens if you merge it the other way?
That's a great question. Let's try it out. If I merge down this way, bleh. What happened to all my layer effects? God damn it! Alright, no, don't throw your pencil, don't freak out. Just remember that layers, like if you merge down, it'll basically take on the layer effects of whatever you're merging down to. If you merge it the other way, it's going to get rid of all those layer effects. Or not get rid of them in a sense, but it'll basically like merge them so that they're no longer adjustable. It's just going to be just that, and we can just move that around and it'll just have that glow, but it's not going to be any special property to it. It's just, you know, the glow.
So, are you saying that the layer effect will stay on it when you merge down?
Yes, if you merge down in the correct order.
Wow!
Yeah, it's really cool, right? And that's good to know. And it's good to know for a couple reasons, because sometimes you might want to have something no longer have those layer effects. Well, why would I ever want that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. You know, you'll find something, but let's say like, should I get into that right now? But sometimes it's kind of nice. Like, let's say you're doing like really good for graphic design stuff. So let's say I want to have this layer. I'm gonna put it on fill. I'm gonna put the fill to 0. Let's give it like a stroke there, just to give it an outline. I'll make it brighter so you guys can see it. I'm gonna grab a hard brush and we're gonna just start drawing. Why am I not drawing? Alright, there we go. Now we're drawing. Let's do it over here on the side. Wow. Alright, cool. So now we got those. Let's say we wanted to kind of add a stroke onto that. So I can create a new empty layer below it, merge that down. Now we have those without any layer back. Now those are just a layer, like just pixels. So now we can take that and then we could like stroke it again. What? Sorry, that's supposed to be the sound of your guys' minds blowing up from all this knowledge. Sorry. Cool. But as you can see, like now that's a pretty cool look now, right? So you can kind of combine these tools to get some really interesting stuff. So know your tools, and you will be a wonderful painter. So excellent, cool. So was that cool? Everybody like that? Got a little bit off topic. I know you guys want to just look at glowy stuff because you're all tripping out on ecstasy right now. But yeah. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, sweet. So now we can just get back to this painting this glow, and I wanted to kind of just match it with this chick. And again, I'm just using white right now. We're using purely just the layer style itself to get that yellow color. That's really cool. There's a quick D&D character you drew. Let me know if you can pull that up so I can comment on it. And yeah, if anybody's just tuning in, hello and welcome. It's me, your humble host and ever so good friend, Din Money. We're just painting right now, trying to unify these characters, making two characters from the same race but still have some unique qualities. Basically the male and female version. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, if you're into character design and stuff, definitely give me a follow. My goal is to get noticed by Adobe so I can start doing stuff on their channel. Maybe get a good deal on Photoshop or something. Right? Isn't that what we all want? Cool. So yeah, so we're just adding some lights here. Excellent. And again, just a reminder to everyone, if you're just tuning in, we're not adding the glow everywhere. We're just adding it where it would basically be, because I want these to kind of have a feeling of like they're coming out of the cracks between this armor. And like if you're kind of looking at it from the other side, like unless you're looking into a crack, like you wouldn't see it. So that's what I'm trying to go for right now. And in this armpit, there's a lot of crack going on. He hides all his crack in his armpit. There you go. I'm gonna this part that's touching the skin right there, I'm gonna get rid of that just because. But that was my favorite part. God damn it! All right, well, calm down, please, you guys. I just want to help the transition between the skin to that, you know, be a little more like predominant. I like the light to dark look. So hey, Mikey Maru, thanks for coming out, man. Sweet. I know, right? So I was saying, everybody's like, what? You're on a Friday? How is this possible? Yeah, I know. Well, this stuff, I'm really lucky. The owner of Eternal Stars that is hiring us to work on it, he actually doesn't mind if we stream this stuff. So, you know, since a lot of stuff that we do I can't really stream, it's like, you know what, let's do it because we can. So I figured it'd be cool, and I thought this would be an interesting topic to talk about. I know it's not just like drawing sexy chicks. It's you know, kind of hopefully giving you guys some little real like stuff to think about as far as like if you want to get into character design, like concept art, and creating kind of a race of characters and like different factions is a very common thing. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Yeah. So looking back on this chick, this fine fatale right here, what I want to do, we didn't finish these lights. Oh well, that's fine. Come on, you guys. Please stop it. Alright, cool. What I want to do is, I notice on her hair up here, we can see the line work a little clear on this. And does anybody have any guesses why that is happening?
What is it?
Oh, these guys are looking sick. Sweet, man. Thank you, Mike. Awesome.
What's your question?
The question is, why is these lines so faded compared to the ones on her?
Which one?
Does anybody know the lines on the feathers, woman? Ah!
Oh, they're on overlays.
Yeah, see, Jessica knows it. Awesome. Excellent eye. You can tell because it's interacting normally, or like fairly normally. You can see it on these like darker areas, but when it goes to the super white, it's like you really lose it. Because overlay basically is just gonna up contrast on stuff. It's a really good way to do that. So if it's like super light, there's nothing for it to kind of contrast with, or like create contrast with, so it's just gonna not be there. And exactly the same for if it's on like something really dark, it's just gonna be there. It'll look like a normal line. So that's why that's happening right there. Let's go ahead and put this in normal. Ew, something normal? Oh god, check your privilege, bro. So let's just move that down below. Down periscope. Okay. Let's fade that out a little bit. I like it on his skin, but I don't know if I like it on the feathers. And there's a really cool thing we can do if we just want those lines on the feathers. Anybody have any idea how I'd want to do that if I just wanted the line work to be on the feathers? How could I do that? Nice. Hey, chill. Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for coming by. That's good. Chopping some wood, it's got to be some good exercise. That's not a excuse that I hear to leave very often. But yeah, thanks for coming out, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. I know, Jared Dog. I know. I shouldn't say that it's not about drawing sexy chicks. I know. That is blasphemy. Alright, cool. So, where was I? Where was I? Just gonna put this on overlay. I'm gonna remember that super old line art layer that I showed you guys in the beginning, and we're just like, that thing's stupid. Well, now let's put that in overlay, and maybe we can use that to kind of get a little some shadow on him, or maybe just some interesting stuff. It almost works kind of cool on the bicep right there. This little line cutting across the face, maybe not so much. So maybe we could just move that down a little bit. We'll just slip that under the side. No one will ever notice it. Cool. Sweet. Alright, something I want to do is, let's go ahead and, I want the skin, I like the overlay look of the line work on the skin, but I don't like it on the feathers and the hair. So, they must be destroyed.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So there we go. We're gonna.
Duplicate it before you do it.
Yeah. Right. That's a good point. Sweet. All right. Let's go here. I basically selected everything but the skin because I have that all on the layer. I guess I could have easily just, or actually I couldn't select the skin. I do have an actual layer of that, but I'm gonna do it properly. Then I'm gonna hit Command I. Now I'm selecting only the skin stuff, and that's deleted. Oh, that did not work the way we wanted. Right now it is deleted. Okay, cool. Somehow our other line work got destroyed. Let's put that back up to 100%. Alright, there we go. Whew. Alright, everything's back the way it was. But Dan, what the hell did you just do? You just did some stuff and it said this and that. Alright, sorry about that, you guys. Let's go back on it. Basically, I selected the line work, and what I did was I just deleted every part of the duplicated line layer that was touching the skin, and now everything in the normal line layer is everywhere but the skin. But can you prove it? I guess. Let's try it. Let's move it over here so you guys can see it. So now we can see that, so you look close up here, yeah. What happened to his belly button? What happened to his arm? We deleted him. So pretty cool, huh? Nice. Something to think about. Combining techniques. Alright, what's all this dirt on him? Whose idea was it to bring back that old stupid layer? Let's just fade that out again. I do not like that. Part of the reason why I don't like that actually anymore, I think, is because the female doesn't really have that. And if he has all this like kind of like underdrawing stuff on him and shading, and she doesn't, it's gonna look kind of weird. Like it's not gonna really unify quite as well. So another problem I'm seeing, because all I see is problems. You know, more din money, more problems. So here we go. His mouth is fading out a little bit now. So let's just duplicate that. Remember I said if you just hit Command J on something, it'll automatically take away all your clipping mask stuff. That's alright, Adobe's not gonna screw us up like that. Command Shift G. God, I hate that thing. Why isn't it working for me? Yeah, whatever. You know, I can just look at it right now. Later, I'm sick of that hotkey being elusive to me. I want to look at the, if you go up on the layer, anytime you guys are using, like, the menus and stuff, and you go to use it, like, look for, a lot of times they'll have the whatchamacallit, the little hotkey right next to it, and I can't show you because it's on the other monitor, but look for it yourself when you are in there. So, basically, yeah, I remember now, it's, Command-Shift-G, there you go. That's the hotkey mask. What's that? Yeah, Command-Shift G will automatically put stuff in the clipping mask. Or you can just hold Alt in there. Yeah, Alt plus click in between the layers. Yeah, good one. Good one. Hey, you're remembering. Awesome. Plus 1 point from Mikey. Or let's do it D&D style. You just gain inspiration. There you go. Awesome.
It's useless now.
Awesome. I started doing that at the studio. I was like, when the girls do get something, I'm like, alright, now you gain inspiration. You can use that however you like during the day. But of course, they didn't think it was very funny at all, though. But,
Gryffindor?
yeah, Gryffindor! Yeah, awesome. Cool. I'm just going to add a little light down here, just in some of these cracks. And, let me actually get a normal brush. I'm just going to kind of hint at some of the original drawing in there. Just because I want... Yeah, see, his are kind of coming in. Alright, so that's not going to work. Let's try this. I'm going to use a hard softy, and I am going to... It's going upwards right now. I'm just going to gently just glaze right there. And that's basically just going to say, you know, oh, poof, the light's shooting that direction. Super cool. Super awesome. I'm not going to do too much down here because, like I said... I only want it going in places you don't see, but it does look so cool when it's down there in the dark. That's when the glows really shine. I don't want him to shine too much though, and then be like, shoom, taking people's focus all the way down to his feet and just being like, whoa, cool glows, bro. Like, yeah, that's not what we want to do. Okay, cool, nice. Hey, sweet, hey, King Grim, welcome to the party. Awesome, sweet. All right, so that's pretty cool. I think we're pretty squared away with that. Alright, so they're starting to look, you know, similar but still have their own kind of unique qualities, so that's good. He does need a little up here though. A little glows up here. And again, to go, when I'm putting these glows places, yeah, it's supposed to be inside the armor, but I also want to think about like you know, again, kind of showing, like, kind of making the character readable and easy, and, like, again, if everything was all, like, glowing everywhere, it would be kind of hard to get, like, a good read of him. It would kind of just, like, blow everything out. So I want to just put it in certain places, and I'm thinking, like, you know, this character's running around in different angles. I want it to be like, oh, cool, you know, you'll just see he's got those little lights at the top there. Alright, so that's his head, you know, and, like, these little lights at the bottom. Oh, I can tell those are his feet. You know, you'll kind of recognize the little, like, the glow patterns. Especially if you were doing like mobile games and that kind of stuff. And like a lot of the stuff we do is for either tabletop or mobile games. So it's good to know. See, I'm trying to get a little groove for his hoof down there, but that's just not working. So let's just go like that. Cool. Just a little bit there. Just a little bit. Excellent. Cool. Sweet. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. So we got about 15 minutes left.
We've got an invader.
Someone is breaking into the studio right now. Yeah. That's cool.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, Sam.
It's dark in here. Is there a light on?
No. No lights allowed.
Freak out the camera?
Nah, that's chill. Yeah, go for it. Alright, sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, everything is pretty chill. I am...
Chill.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm chilling right now, but yeah, I'm just looking at it. It's like he's pretty squared away. I don't think there's much else I need to do. I'm not going to give him lips like that chick. I don't know. I'm not... something tells me he doesn't do lipstick. I'm working on the male character. Yeah.
It's looking really cool.
Oh, that's sweet. Awesome. Yeah, we're just about to wrap him up.
They were yellow instead of red.
Yeah, the male has yellow glow, and his skin is a little greenish.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so, sorry, I got so excited when the girls show up that I forget what I was doing. Oh yeah, so final touch, let's get this little pattern on here. I can even just duplicate that layer, move it up here if we want to kind of keep it super consistent. Oh my god, Dan, that's cheating, you're just using stuff from stuff and stuff and stuff. Alright, well, quit being complainers, okay, and try to, you know, pick up some little tips here. Alright, cool. I don't need those. I just want this little thing right here. This little kind of whip shape. Yeah, I could duplicate it if we wanted to, but let's try to kind of get it like this right now. See if we can just move that one over. I don't think that's gonna work, but that's alright. That's alright. Hey, sometimes you gotta just paint stuff in. But chill. What I want to try now is I'm gonna break open a brush that looks like a circle. You might call it a circle brush. No, not just like a digital round one. Cool. Draw those right there. And what we're going to be doing is thinking out of the box. Those are pretty bright. That's alright though. I can always just make a little darker later. Chill. Alright, cool. And then let's fill in this gap right here. Excellent. Alright, now they got these little couple going that way. Excellent. Oh, cool. Follow Man Cloud. Thank you. Thanks, bro. And yeah, if anybody's just tuning in, hello, Din Money here. We're doing some character design stuff, focusing on making uniform characters within the same race or like faction if you're doing like concept art for games. So that's what we're focusing on, specifically the color side. So thank you. Anyone who's tuning in, if you wouldn't mind following, that'd be really cool. Again, awesome. How is V? So yeah, let's keep the follows going. If we get up to 200 follows, this chick's clothes come off. So that'll be really cool.
Oh my god.
That chick's clothes will come off too. Yeah, see, let's do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that girl that came into the studio. Yeah.
Whoa.
That girl that came into the studio just now is not a painter. She's gonna be here for something else. Catch my God. Alright, that's getting too wrong. But yeah, definitely give me a follow if you guys don't mind. I'm trying to I don't know, I was trying to get involved here on Twitch, trying to get noticed by the Adobe channel, so I gotta show them that I can do some cool stuff and maybe have something to bring. So yeah, if you like character design stuff, if you're looking to get into the character design field or like concept art, you know, we're gonna be drawing a lot of cool stuff like this. Yeah, follows kind of lets me know that I'm not doing the worst job in the world, and it'll help me keep going. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Awesome. Genera Art, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for that. I'm really glad you guys enjoy this. And you know, kind of the more feedback I get from you guys, the more I know which directions to go in the future. Like, you know, what stuff's most helpful for you. So like, I wish there was kind of like a comment thing on the videos afterwards, but you know, I was trying to gauge it from the chat room. So if there's anything that like was specifically helpful to you during this tutorial, we got about 12 minutes left, so now's the time to let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Cool. You know, it's something I'm looking at and I'm thinking. I know it doesn't happen very often, me thinking, but something I want to do really quick is this guy's scarf up here. There's this cool little blue outline on these. And I think if we brought that into a scarf, it would kind of even join him a little further. You know, because I don't want this guy like, I don't want him being like a Mikasa cosplayer from Attack on Titan, you know. That's not what I'm going for right now. So I want him to look like that chick. So let's do it. I'm going to grab this base color layer from this other chick I got over here. Again, anyone just tuning in, this character I already did for the race, and I'm kind of using assets from her and kind of using her as a guide to make the male version. Again, it could go both ways, ooh, but specifically right now we're going from female to male. And what was I going to do? Oh yeah, so let's grab, and so I want to keep the same, and I'm using her right here, and I have like a flat layer of her flat colors without all the nice overdrawing stuff on there. Awesome. Hey, sweet. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah. See, we'll draw the naked stuff on here. I'll show you guys a preview of an NSFW drawing I'm working on. I'll tell you that much. We'll do that. I do have a lot of cool resources on my Patreon if anyone's interested in that. So yeah, let me have this base color layer here really quick. I know, oh my god, why would I look at a silhouette of a chick when I can see her for real? I know, just bear with me for a little longer, you guys. Let's try it out. Alright, cool. So, you know, your first instinct might be to, alright, we need to add blue to this, so I'm just gonna draw it in. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, it's wrong layer. You could do that. No one's gonna really get mad at you for it. Me personally, I'm gonna actually just use the lasso tool, and let me tell you why. The lasso tool is really nice just because it is like super clean. Like the cleanest things you could ever do are gonna be from this lasso tool. And I know the lasso tool is kind of weird. I remember when I was getting into digital painting, I knew it was used a lot by people, but I never really, you know, used it myself that much. Like it just wasn't a part of my like natural routine, you know, because you're thinking like drawing, like I want to just draw. Like why would I be making selections? So a good way to think about it, and how I think I started using it, is think about it like as you're drawing, but with like a very thin brush. You know, it's like the super smallest brush there is. So instead of thinking of it like creating selections, think about you're like drawing around something. So I know it's like, well, wouldn't that mean that you're just drawing the same line twice? Wouldn't that take twice as long? Yeah, maybe, but no, because you're basically it's gonna save you a little more time in the long run. Because if you're drawing it by hand, you're gonna have to really kind of like be very conscious of the edge and keeping the line consistent. Especially if you're like me and you like to use cool brushes that like will kind of change their like line weight depending on how much you press down. So kind of like similar to a real inking pen, you know. So a good way to think about the lasso tool is drawing with just a super thin line. So let's go ahead and fill that in. Awesome. Cool. Alright, so that's a little better. Now he's got a little uniform with that. Now if we wanted to, and if it's like for a little thing, I'm not saying never use your like a brush. We're going to use one right now just because like, I kind of want to try this out. I don't want this just to be like, alright, one cloth fold, alright, he's wearing it perfectly around. Maybe we could show that it's like kind of there's two layers on it. Maybe this layer right here, like it goes under right there, you know. I don't know, like just so it's kind of a little more wrapped look. Maybe we could even have one in there, you know, and then doing that, maybe it's like two layers of it. Maybe you can see it right there, something like that. Yeah, maybe that's a little too far over. We might have to draw it right here. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to swing it in the back. There's so many like tangents right there. It's pretty risky. We'll try though. We'll try. And then just like that, boom. Now he's got two layers on it. I'm not super duper happy with this one part of it, but maybe we can just kind of delete that a little bit, and then we'll kind of just adjust the line art. Basically what's happening is, since these are kind of flowing in such a clean direction, it's not going to really fool you guys or the viewers into thinking that, you know, oh, the scarf's folding over like that. So we got to adjust that slightly. Hold on, I want to make sure I'm not doing robot voice really quick. Do for that. Alright, cool. Back in action. And let's just draw on with the black line right there really quick. Cool. So yeah, not, you know, the cleanest fix, but I think it's a little nicer than just having it just like one, you know, uniform strap going around. Right? It's a little cooler. That's funny. The woman's outfit looks incomplete. I think it needs some armor in the pelvic region. No, there's some right there. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, these characters' armors are actually kind of like it's a symbiotic relationship. They're like some sci-fi game. These are aliens, and the loincloth stands out too much. Oh, cool. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. Yeah, that's chill though. I think it's cool though. Cool. Do you have anything nice to say, Analyst of Shadows, or are you just coming in and trying to be mean? That's what it looks like. Awesome. Thanks for the follow, Analyst of Shadows. Now I know you really like me. Nice. And thank you whoever else followed too. That was nice. Awesome. Chill. Nice. Cool. Alright, cool. Yeah, I like I think they're about done. I think it's pretty chill. Maybe we could add some LEDs to this guy's Scarfarino. See where that is. Again, these layers in red, don't be alarmed, anyone. The teacher wasn't looking at it. And then,
Somebody says I like you, bro.
nice. Chill. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Gall. Appreciate it. Nice. And thank you for the real follow, Analyst of Shadows. Nice. Cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, I was, now that you mentioned that loincloth, I know what you mean. That's why I added a little bit down here and then little earrings. I would like to add some, he'll be a little easier because I think we can kind of add a little like design on his scarf right now. So that'll be chill. But yeah, I kind of wanted just a little spot to like kind of pop a little bit on there to kind of separate the clothing from their natural armor. Because this armor is actually kind of like a, like imagine it's like kind of like a, I don't know, weird, like, it's kind of like a hermit crab if the armor was alive too, and it could kind of like reshift to, you know, whatever they would need at that given time. Cool, so looking at here, there's a couple little horizontal lines like that, so maybe we can kind of take a little bit of that onto this, guys, like a little bit of that theme. And this pattern will be a good way to show, you know, the folds in the cloth, like how that looks. And since it's like sci-fi, you kind of got to be a little fun with the patterns and that kind of stuff. Maybe this one will have to be a little thick. Cool. Okay, so first off, let me tell you why I don't like and what was wrong with putting it right there. It's kind of like right in front of his face and the lines going up there. It's almost like he was drooling some like goop on there. So, you know, hey, it was a fun try. But, you know, we gotta take it out, so be aware of that. And even if I did spend like a ton of time on that, I'd still have to delete it because it's just not working, you know, and you kind of gotta know when something's not working and then don't be afraid to just cut it out. So maybe we can add some little stripies to this side. Chill, chill. Maybe I will even, I like how hers has that kind of like a thicker one in the beginning. So I'm going to draw a square with the lasso tool. Key emphasis on draw. Remember, we're just going to think of the lasso tool as like drawing with a really thin line. And then I can just scribble that in. I'll try to make it pretty uniform. When you're using a brush with opacity sensitivity, like I'm doing, it's really important to make sure you do everything in one stroke. So, because if I go back on it right now, it's going to automatically make another thing, which is kind of cool since that one already had a line there. Yeah, I'm making it work, but, you know, it's something to think about if you're in the future, because you might try to, like, color something and then color it again. It's going to brighten it up. So use that, like, be aware of that. Like, you know, if I needed to color this whole thing, you know, like, I swear I used to do that kind of stuff. I'd be like, all right, I have to color in a huge thing, all with, like, one layer. My room would be like, hey, I'm going to talk about, it's like, don't talk to me! I can't like look at my pen. I gotta do all this thing. So don't do that. Draw with the selection. You know, think of ways to use that to your advantage. I'm not gonna say you might never have to do that, but you know, be ready for it when that time comes. So cool. All right, so that's working a lot better over there for me. I hope you guys think that's a little better. Damn. Unfortunately, it is closing time. Time for the stream to end and go the places in the internet. Alright, sorry, I dragged that on a little too long. But yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of this demo. Again, I hope everybody had some fun, picked up a couple things that you could integrate into your work process. I don't know what we're going to be doing next time. I kind of, we'll try to use, anytime I can work on something, you know, that I feel would be beneficial to you guys, I try to save it for the stream. So, really cool, because, you know, for mobility. Are you one of those people, analysts, that like don't like people that have gaps in the armor? Because if you are, man, nah. Read some history. Freaking the Greeks fought naked. It's just cool to do, man. It's cool to do. Yeah, because yeah, we don't want to smother them. Yeah, yeah, it's nice. And again, like you know, to kind of talk about what we were talking about earlier, when you're designing characters, you want to have like it's good to kind of like break up the look of them, so it's not all just like one piece. Because it'll kind of help, like if they're moving around. You gotta think of like a lot of the stuff we do is for like tabletop and mobile games. So the figurines will be on the smaller side. So it's really, you want it to be really easily to readable. So if you have like a huge like kind of like gap at the waist in between the legs, like it's kind of like you can see that it's really easy to tell. Like, you know, let me grab a brush really quick. Where are my swatches? You guys made me get rid of them. Alright, cool. So you can see like pretty easily that there's like a huge like dark spot right here, you know, and then another band going across here, and then at his feet. So it's pretty easy at all times to tell, like, you know, the character. You know, it's having that like boom, boom, boom. You know, like head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Like think about like something like that. Cool. And again, you know, it's fantasy. It's not real armor. You know, it's so we want it to look cool, not necessarily be 100% accurate. And that's what's the fun part about drawing a painting. You know, it's a painting. So cool, sweet. Crap! I actually went a minute over.
No.
Damn it, you guys! Damn you!
Yeah.
And, cool. But alright, yeah, thank you again, everyone, for coming. Really, really hope this was beneficial. If you could give me a like and a follow, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to get noticed by Adobe so I can start doing some demos for them. If you like character design, yeah, please follow. And usually I'm every Tuesday. I'm trying to figure out another day of the week to stream. So I'm testing out Friday. If there's a good day for you guys, don't be afraid to let me know. I appreciate it.
Do Monday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cool, but yeah, so I'll see you later. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. And as always, you know,